Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and coffee stream number 183. And it's Thursday. So remember, guys, today is the short version of the coffee stream. We're only going to 12:30 today. I hope everyone had a good rest of the day yesterday and a good evening and is having a good morning today. It is rainy as hell today. We're expecting thunderstorms up here. Of course, right when my orientation and mobility lesson is supposed to happen. So I'm not too sure what we're going to do today, but it'll probably be inside. So let's see here. Who is here to hang out with us today? We have Wikipedia Snippet. Good morning. We have Mr. Misanthropic. He says, I finally have a day off, so I can catch this live. Awesome. Good to see you here. Skeptalk is here. Good morning, my friend. Good morning, Rolling Bear. Good morning to Blake Hanley as well. I hope you're all well today. I've got some coffee here with me. I've got some news here. I blame Pinkalo for the expectation that we will be having thunderstorms, says Costin. Oh. It's been pouring for the last week here, says Mr. Misanthropic. We've been getting flood warnings. Oh dear. Seamus, good morning, sir. Very happy to see everyone here today. So I have 5 stories open for us to read. And they all have to do with international things. We have some protests in Hong Kong, and they scuffled with the police. We have Ben Salman, the Prince of Saudi Arabia. His sister is in trouble. We have a famous person's brother has been murdered in the Dominican Republic. We have, and I believe we also have a titular article about Iran and nuclear weapons. So we have lots to cover today in the short hour that we have. A certified prince. Hey, Check Your Logic is here as well. Good morning to you. And Ginger Nightmare. Hello. Very nice to have you here. So let's switch over to Safari. I really wish that I knew why, when I try and present myself and share my screen, that it shows my desktop. I really wish I knew why it did that. Because what I want it to do is just show my, I want it to show my other browser. I'm going to have to play with Hangouts and see if there's a setting for screen sharing. Because when I go to click screen share, it just says show desktop. And I can't choose anything else. So, and Green Thunder, good morning. Hi. Safari's so good. That's funny. So yeah, let's switch over here. And we will start with the sister of Saudi's sister of Saudi prince on trial in France for hiring bodyguard to beat up worker. Or telling bodyguard to beat up worker. I apologize. Let's see here. I think this is a Fox News article. Here we go. Also, remember, guys, I did switch over to a different voiceover voice because the Ava voice, while pleasant to listen to, was mispronouncing a whole heck ton of stuff. So, it's going to be, hey, Goatman, did wait, Black Pigeon Speaks got demonetized? Green Badger Outdoors, hi. What's going on is we're about to start reading news. Could not tell stunned from stunned. Yeah, that was ridiculous. That was the last straw with the Ava voice. So I've switched over to the Allison voice, and she's much clearer. However, she does sound like an Allison, and you will hear what I mean in a second. Here we go.
Link. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's sister is set to face trial in France next month after she was accused of ordering her bodyguard to beat up a worker.
So she hired her bodyguard, told her bodyguard. So she ordered her bodyguard to beat up a worker.
Princess Hassan bin Salman is unlikely to appear at the trial scheduled to take place in Paris on July 9, according to news agency AFP, because she left the country amid the accusations.
So she left the country. So she's not even going to appear at her own trial. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Here, let's bring the speed down like Pincalo says. I can be very quickly bringing this down here. Voiceover utility. So yeah, this princess ordered a bodyguard to beat up a worker and has fled France. So I guess they were in France and she ordered this bodyguard to beat up a worker, and she is supposed to be on trial, and she fled the country. So she is not going to be president. She is not going to be present at her own trial. Here, let's try this again, see if this is a bit better.
Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's sister is set to face trial in France next month after she was accused of ordering her bodyguard to beat up a worker. Princess Hassan bin Salman is unlikely to appear at the trial scheduled to take place in Paris on July 9, according to news agency AFP, because she left the country amid the accusations. Your link. Saudi Arabia is trying to execute teen 18.
Oops.
Prince Link. She's believed to be in her 40s and was reportedly chaired by the Link Saudi media for her philanthropy and for improving women's rights in the country.
So she's apparently a women's rights advocate, but she is not a workers' rights advocate, it would appear, as she ordered her bodyguard to beat up a worker. Oh, good. She will not be president either. Yes, no, I don't know what's with my speaking today. Hello, Ghost Dog. Hello, Pop and Hop. Allison sounds like Allison. Wait, Allison sounds like Allison who? Tienen? Tiemann? Tiemann? I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry. Some Allison chick that I don't know who it is. New shirt. Princesses are not presidents. See, it is worth having a merch store for my fuck ups. Just to...
The accusation stemmed from an incident in 2016 when the princess hired a tradesman to refurbish her apartment in Paris.
Oh, this is an old incident. Okay, so this is a 3-year-old incident. Okay.
The worker took a photo of a room where the work was set to be done, prompting the princess to accuse of trying to sell the image to the media.
Oh, okay. So he took a picture of the room, I guess probably for dimension purposes, just to see what he needed to do. And she oh, the honey badger chick. The honey badger chick is who Allison Tiemann is. Oh. Or is it Timon? Tiemann? Allison Tiemann or Allison Timon? Hello, Martin. Slow news, 3 years in the making. Yeah, I know, right?
Link. Sky News reported. Kill him. The dog. He doesn't deserve to live, she yelled as she ordered her bodyguard to attack the workman.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Definitely not for workers' rights, this lady. She may be for women's rights, but apparently she is not for the rights of the worker.
Link. Miami man gets more than 18 years in...
Goddamn article links in the middle of fucking...
The victim claims he was punched in the face while his hands were tied. He also said he was forced to kiss the princess's feet. Only hours later, he was allowed to leave the property, though his tools were confiscated and he had to take 8 days off work.
God damn. Wow. Definitely a she is probably the one who does not deserve to live. Yeah, she's not a very nice lady, apparently. If you the robot voice is different because the one I was using was mispronouncing too much stuff. And not very clear. It was when I was using it to read stuff, it kept mispronouncing things out loud. And then on days when I have guests and I try and read what it says, it was mispronouncing too much stuff and making me mispronounce it. And the voice that I really wanted to use, which is the Siri voice, is not an option on the Mac. It's only an option to be used as a screen reader voice on the phones. So the next best option is this voice, which is much clearer, and so far has not been mispronouncing things as horribly as the Ava voice. Domo arigato, Mr. or Mrs. Roboto. These protocol droids are so unreliable. What if the worker was a woman then, Blind Press? Oh, then she is a terrible person. Strange, it said you weren't live. Oh, I am. I am both live and alive, if you can believe it. So let's see here.
The bodyguard was reportedly charged in 2016 with armed violence, theft, issuing death threats, and holding someone against their will, according to the broadcaster.
Oh, wow.
Link. Click here to get the Fox News. But the princess fled the country to evade the law, prompting French authorities to issue an arrest warrant back in December 2017. She wasn't detained.
So, okay.
Lucas McIllennis is a reporter for Link.
So she wasn't detained. So I guess it pays to be a royal person. You can have your bodyguards beat up people. Your bodyguards will get charged, and you can just leave the country. They'll put a warrant out for you, but, they won't really do anything more. Yeah, that's a bunch of felonies, says Mr. Misanthropic. Yeah, I know, right? It God. A member of the House of Oh, a member of the House of Somewhat is a scumbag. Imagine my shock. Yeah. Um, let's see. This screen reader is much nicer, says Duck Dog. Also, socialism is for figs. And I'm glad you like it. Yeah, it is much clearer. So let's see here. What's the next story I have for you guys? What is the next one that I have? Brother of Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran found dead in Dominican Republic hotel room. So, I don't know if you guys have ever watched the show Shark Tank. Um, it's we have a Canadian slash there's well, I guess a British version came first, and then the Canadian, and then the CBC, followed suit. Dragon's Den. But Shark Tank, I think, was the OG show in that category. So this is the brother. No, they're both British, or they're both American. This one's just more crisp. And this is why we outlawed nobility in America, says Mr. Misanthropic. This is true. Throw her from the top of the Eiffel Tower. Whoever's doing all the rain dancing needs to stop. Yeah. I like Shark Tank, says Mr. Misanthropic. I do too. It was a good. Can I get a sinister voice reader? I wish. I really do. It would be cool if you could get like your favorite actors to do voice or to lend their voices to screen readers. Like I would love a Patrick Stewart screen reading voice, or like Worf or Data. That would be great. So a Brent Spiner, a Michael Dorn, a Patrick Stewart. That would be awesome. Get a Mr. T reader. Pity the fool that mispronounces things. No. Oh God. Okay. I would love Brent Spiner voice, says Martin H. Me too. Why does it matter if the voice is left-handed? I would want a Gordon Ramsay reader. That would be interesting. And then could you imagine if you screwed up what it read to you, and if it was a Gordon Ramsay reader, it would be like, no, you donkey! That's not what I said, you fucking morons! Okay. We're gonna read this story now.
Jonathan Corcoran, a retired Link, New Jersey businessman and brother of ABC TV Shark Tank judge Barbara Corcoran, was found dead in April in a Link, Dominican Republic, hotel room. The news of his death, first reported by TMZ and confirmed to Fox News by Emily Burke, who was Barbara Corcoran's assistant, comes as the popular Caribbean vacation spot is making worldwide headlines because of a rash of deaths of U.S. tourists, many of whom became suddenly and critically ill at their hotels, that are being called puzzling and suspicious by the relatives of most of them. John Corcoran passed away at the end of April in the DR from what is believed to be natural causes, Burke said in a statement to Fox News. He loved and frequently visited the Dominican Republic. Barbara would like to respect the privacy of his children and is not releasing any other information at this time.
So they say his death is from natural causes, so it's just bad timing, I guess. Because I did hear about the big strain of illnesses in hotel, like in resorts and things like that in the Dominican. And there was actually a lot of problems with Canadians being murdered in Mexican resorts as well. So this is, but if this is a natural causes, because Barbara's not that young, so depending on how old he was, that would make sense. Like natural causes would make sense. Mr. Misanthropic says, wonder what or who is behind all of these sudden deaths. Yeah. It's a mystery. If I had the money, I would pay like $500 for Sir Patrick Stewart to read the news to me. Yeah. Or John Cleese. A Trump reader? That would be funny. Oh, hello, Blackout. Get a Mike Tyson reader. Feminists are concerned that not enough women are being murdered. They're being underrepresented. Well, that's just disturbing. Why are people so wacko nowadays? Oh, Streamlabs donation. Let us venture over to the Streamlabs donation page. And see who has sent some donations here. Let's see. Yes, I wish to log in with YouTube, please. And here we go. We have a donation from Martin sends $10. Thank you very much. For the Patrick Stewart Synthesized Voice Fund, or Brent Spiner, or Jonathan Frakes, or Worf, but not Wesley Crusher. Thank you, Martin. Love it. Love it. All right, let's get back to the story.
Shark Tank judge Barbara Corcoran, photo by Raymond Hall/G.
Oh, that's a picture of Barbara.
Shark Corcoran told the outlet that her brother, who lived in New Jersey, where they grew up, had gone to the Dominican Republic with a friend on what was his annual vacation. Link, TMZ said. Corcoran said the friend, who was sharing the suite with her brother, found his body. TMZ said no one knows exactly what led to his death, though Corcoran told the outlet that she was told he had a heart attack. She added that she was not aware of an autopsy having been conducted. You were currently...
All right, so it says that, so it's speculated that he had a heart attack. Shut up, Wesley, says Skeptalk. I don't know if people are crazy nowadays or if it's just that the crazy have access to speak. That's true. Oof! Beverly Crusher should have had an abortion. Ouchie. Jonathan Frakes' voice is cool too. Yeah, it is actually. So let's see here.
It was unclear at which hotel Corcoran was staying. The U.S. State Department told Fox News, "We can confirm the death of a U.S. citizen in April 2019 in the Dominican Republic. We offer our sincerest condolences to the family for their loss. Out of respect for the family during this difficult time, we do not have additional information to provide." Link. Global health. Link. The news of his death comes as. Link. Teams of experts and inspectors from several international agencies, including the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, conduct tests at the Bahia Principe properties where some of U.S. tourists died. It was unclear whether they inspected other resorts. The FBI confirmed to Fox News on Friday it was assisting Dominican authorities in investigating the deaths. The testing and the FBI's involvement marked the first public indications that officials in the U.S. and the Dominican Republic have considered the possibility of something other than natural causes.
Bioterrorism? Maybe? Turn the laptop volume down slightly. Okay. So, does this mean that they are suspecting bioterrorism at this point? Because if they're saying, if the FBI is involved, this means maybe that they have some suspected bioterrorism? Forgetful 4 says, have you heard of the Mexican gangs taking over avocado farms to sell them to the United States? Many companies know they're doing it, but still buy the avocados. Actually, I have heard of that. I remember him doing a voice in the animation Gargoyles. Jonathan Frakes? Yeah, I think so. I think I do remember that. I liked Gargoyles. Gargoyles was cool. I was 5 when Gargoyles was a thing, but I watched it with my uncle and my dad.
Link. Pennsylvania woman died. The deaths have baffled people around the world because, among other things, they involve tourists whose families and friends described them as relatively healthy and exhibiting no signs of illness before they fell sick. Dominican authorities cited nearly identical conditions, including pulmonary edema, where their lungs fill with fluid. For several of them, some of the deceased who were said to have died of heart attacks had not displayed symptoms or had a heart condition, according to their families. You were correct.
Pulmonary edema. Sounds like fun. Drowning in fluid. They're welcome to go to into the avocado biz. High risk though. Link, yeah.
Also, some of the tourists consumed a beverage from the room minibar before becoming suddenly ill. Scores of people who traveled to the Dominican Republic in recent years have reached out to Fox News with accounts of having fallen ill after having a beverage from their room minibar or buying one elsewhere in their resort. Others have described having gotten severely sick after smelling what seemed to be strong chemicals that they thought might have been insecticide or pesticides. Link. U.S. One of the most puzzling cases remains the deaths of an engaged couple, Edward Holmes and Cynthia Day of Maryland, who were found dead in their room on May 30th by a resort employee. Prior to their death, they had posted photos on social media saying they were enjoying their vacation. They were diagnosed as having had pulmonary edema, among other conditions. Their bodies were flown back to the United States this week. An attorney representing them is about to have an autopsy conducted in the United States.
Wow. So they posted saying that this is starting to look more and more like bioterrorism, says Mr. Misanthropic. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Like, this is not lungs filled with fluid. Wow, says Skeptalk. Yeah, this is awful. What an awful way to die. This protocol droid seems to be in a bit of a rush. Does it have somewhere to go after this? Do you guys want me to slow it down a bit more? More links than Zelda. Sounds very similar to what sarin gas causes. I don't know. I do not know my chemical weapons, so I'm not going to pretend to know or guess at that. LOL, random American is on fire tonight. Yeah, he is. This is someone who knows what they're doing, says Mr. Misanthropic. Or an organization. Yeah. This is really weird. Um it's it's very interesting. A lot of pulmonary edemas and heart attacks, and it's very strange. Oh, there's a little bit more here.
5 days before Holmes and Day were found dead, a Pennsylvania psychotherapist, Miranda Schott-Werner, died in an adjacent hotel owned by the same luxury five-star Bahia Principe resort group. Her husband said that his wife, 41, collapsed after having a minibar drink at the luxury Bahia Principe Bougainville. Dominican authorities said she died of a heart attack, though her family said she was healthy.
So it's all the Bahia Principe hotel groups, and it's either drinks or smells, and the result seems to be either heart attack or pulmonary edema. This is wow. That's a lot of coincidental deaths with the same. Did they have info on the Clintons? Says Green Badger Outdoors. I had to train to deal with chemical weapons in the armed forces. Ah. Sounds like mustard gas, says Duck Dog. If I remember correctly, sarin gas causes physical damage in high enough doses to kill someone. It may be a modified strain, though. Let's see. What else? Let's see. Mr. Misanthropic said, oh, Irate's here. And RVA is here. Hello. Good afternoon, sir. Let's send Justin Trudeau and the Clintons a free trip to the Dominican Republic. All right. And so the last sentence is, on Sunday, Fox News learned that a California man, Robert Bell Wallace, died in his room in April after he fell critically ill at the all-inclusive Hard Rock Resort in Punta Cana. So many U.S. travelers have canceled or tried to cancel reservations for Dominican Republic vacations. I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Let's see. Sorry, my O&M instructor is sending me a message. So let's see. What's our next story? I believe we have two more, sorry. 25 officers injured in Memphis after marshals kill fugitive. Good Lord. So we've got a picture of the police director heading, like we've got the picture of the police director heading this article. Okay, so we've got time, I think, for one more story, and then my O&M instructor will probably be here pretty soon. So I don't know if I will get here for. I don't know if I will get a full hour out of. I don't know if you'll get a full hour out of me, but we'll try. Do you know how to scare somebody next to you on a flight? Tell them you are flying hand over to testify against the Clintons. Oh God, that's hilarious. No, my O&M instructor, orientation and mobility. So what they do is they teach you, if you're blind, they teach you routes, different routes around the city. When like if you're a totally blind adult, they just help you learn new places that you want to get to. Sometimes refresh older routes that you haven't traveled very often that you may need to start using again. Stuff like that. Their other jobs are to teach newly blind people and blind children their basic orientation and mobility skills, how to use a cane, how to learn how to cross streets, learn the different types of intersections, learn how to plan a route so that if you don't have access to orientation and mobility lessons at the time, you can figure out how to plan a route by yourself, how to use GPS units or your phone and its GPS features, all sorts of stuff like that. So an orientation and mobility instructor is key for a blind person. Oh, Streamlabs. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Come on. Where did I go here? Dashboard. Thank you. Craziness. So many links. There we go. RVA donated $5. Here is some American money Here is some American money for a badass Canadian. Oh, thanks, RVA. You're awesome. All of you are awesome. I loves my chat. There's lots of anti-Clinton people in here tonight. There's lots of anti-Clinton people in here all the time. My dad was working for a blindness awareness group. And they were forever telling me you could tap somebody's eye out with that. So let's see. Let's get this story done and we'll see how far we get.
Memphis, 10 armed officers and an angry crowd faced off after a black man was fatally shot in a confrontation with U.S. Marshals in a working-class Memphis neighborhood. People in the crowd threw rocks and bricks, with 25 officers suffering mostly minor injuries during the tense clash Wednesday night in the Fraser community in North Memphis. Officers cordoned off several blocks near the scene. By 11 p.m., officers had used tear gas and most of the crowd dispersed. Police Director Michael Rawlings said at a Thursday morning at a news conference. 3 people were arrested.
Wow.
Officers on horseback patrolled the area, and lines of police cars with flashing blue lights were parked along the street. An ambulance could be seen at the outer edge of the scene. A helicopter flew overhead as police cars trickled away. Residential streets were blocked, and a heavy police presence remained in the area Thursday.
So people were protesting because officers shot somebody who happened to be black, and we don't say what the circumstances surrounding that shooting were. So that's, of course, disingenuous reporting, unless they're going to tell us in a minute.
Tennessee Bureau of Investigation spokeswoman Kelly McAllister said the Gulf Coast Regional Fugitive Task Force went to a Fraser home to look for a suspect with felony warrants. Marshals saw the man get into a vehicle and then proceed to ram task force vehicles several times before exiting with a weapon. McAllister said. Marshals then opened fire, killing the man who died at the scene. McAllister did not say how many marshals fired or how many times the man was shot. You were currently on a text.
So he was a suspect with felony warrants. He was trying to flee the scene. He got out of the car with a weapon. He was shot because he had a weapon. And these idiots start protesting and throwing rocks and bricks and crap at marshals? Really? You injure 25 marshals because you're mad because they were doing their job? That's insane. That is absolutely insane. I cannot believe that.
They identified the dead man on Thursday as 20-year-old Brandon Weber. York Shelby County Commissioner and mayoral candidate Tammy Sawyer tweeted that he had been shot several times in his family's front yard. Every life lost should matter, every single one. How many times will this be okay? It cannot continue to be, she wrote. You are currently...
Dude, it's not okay, but it was necessary. Like, you don't have to like a thing to make it necessary. You know, the police officers don't rejoice when they have to take a life. They really don't. They were attacking the regular police, not the marshals. Oh. But the thing is that if you don't have to like something to know that it has to be done sometimes. If someone's going to come out and if someone's going to try and flee and then exit a vehicle with a weapon, and police take, steps to protect themselves and he ends up dead, well, that was his fault. He got out of the car with a weapon. It is not the citizenry's prerogative to then assault the police officers with rocks and bricks because they don't like what happened. Sinatra broke this last night on LOTN. Oh, okay. We've got officers are almost always required to get a mental evaluation after they fatally shoot someone. Yeah. They are. And I think they're required to go to counseling as well sometime. Like if they are exhibiting any residual problems, I think they're supposed to go and talk to somebody.
Memphis police officers were called in to help with crowd control as word of the shooting spread on social media. As more protesters showed up, more Memphis officers and Shelby County Sheriff's deputies arrived at the scene. The situation then escalated, and officers donned protective riot gear as people threw rocks and bricks. Police cars and a nearby fire station were damaged, Rollins said.
Jesus.
The buid is called in to investigate police-involved shootings by district attorneys in Shelby and other counties in the state. The investigators then give their report to the district attorney, who will decide whether to pursue charges against officers involved.
Well, they better. I hope they don't pursue charges. They were doing what they had to do.
The police director implored residents to wait until the FBI finishes its investigation before spreading possible misinformation about the shooting. I need everyone to stay calm, Rollins said.
Yeah.
While police support the right of people to demonstrate, Rollins said we will not allow any acts of violence.
Good. You shouldn't allow any acts of violence. Nope, they want it to be so that you get shot first and then call and ask for help and ask permission to shoot. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happens. And Irate says BP is right. They do an investigation and then mandated counseling. Oh, good. I got it right. Let's see here.
A statement from Memphis Mayor Jim Strickland expressing pride in the city's first responder says 6 of the injured officers had to be treated at a hospital.
Wow. So 6 out of the 25 needed hospital treatment. I mean, it could have been worse, but that's still not okay.
I'm impressed by their professionalism and incredible restraint as they endured concrete rocks being thrown at them and people spitting at them, the mayor tweeted. At least 2 journalists were injured, multiple police cars were damaged, a fire station's windows were shattered and a concrete wall outside a business was torn down, he said.
Good God.
Passion Anderson, a 34-year-old student, drove her 13-year-old son to the scene early Thursday, after protesters had gone and the scene had calmed down. She grew up in Memphis, but left to Ohio before moving in November to the Fraser neighborhood, a mostly low to middle-income area north of downtown.
Why would you take your son to see a violent protest site? Mike the Cop made a very good video about what happens to police officers after they go through this shit, and it's pretty disturbing, says Pink Hollow. I'll have to check that video out. God damn, just any excuse to act like animals. Yep. An unfortunate situation all around. Yeah, it's ridiculous how people act.
Anderson said she worries about her son's safety every day. I just want him to see this, know what's going on, to be conscious, she said from the driver's seat of her car, with her son in the passenger seat. I fear for him all the time. You are currently up.
Why do you fear for him? Is he being bad? Is he doing bad things? Is he why do you want him to be conscious? Conscious of what? I'm confused.
Link, sponsored stories.
Oh, and that's the end of that article. Where are the roof Koreans when you need them? Wow. Oh, that's the one that we read that. I had one more thing. I cannot find what the other story I had, so I'll just go over here to Discord. We'll have one more story, and then I'll have to log off and get get ready for my orientation. Here we go. Iran's supreme leader says he has no intention to make or use nuclear weapons. Sure. I'm sure we all believe that. Cult of Krill, hello. Oh, that's an easy answer. Why would she take him? because she wants to perpetuate the stereotype that police hate black men and will continue to kill them constantly. Yeah. That's true. I just heard thunder. Have the storms made it to you yet? No, they have not. Not that I can hear. This is a quick 2-minute read, so that's not too bad. So let's read this, and then we'll do a couple minutes of chat time and finish the stream off so that I can get ready for my lesson. All right.
Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei meets with Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe in Tehran, Iran, June 13th. So
that's a picture of Ayatollah Khomeini and the Prime Minister of Japan.
Tokyo, Reuters. Iran has no intention of making or using nuclear weapons. Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was quoted as saying on Thursday by Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, "You were getting level 4. Khomeini's comment, a reiteration of Iran's stance, comes at a time of increased U.S.-Iranian tension, a year after Washington abandoned an agreement between Iran and world powers to curb its nuclear program in exchange for the lifting of international financial sanctions." Advertisement. Third-party AdCom. Supreme Leader Khomeini made a comment that the country will not and should not make, hold or use nuclear weapons, and that it has no such intentions, Abe told reporters in Tehran following the meeting with Khomeini.
I don't really believe that. I might be cynical, but I just don't believe that. I really don't buy that. Iran has no intention to make or use nukes. X to doubt, says Mr. Misanthropic. Yeah, I'm with you right there, buddy. Gunfox! Hey, buddy. She fears for him because he's a black teenager and he dresses, and I bet he dresses like a fucking word I'm not allowed to say. Yeah. That's true. X to doubt. Yeah. My girlfriend just broke up with me, so I took her wheelchair. Guess who just came crawling back? When Iran says anything, just take it with the same amount of salt that you would take it when you take anything North Korea says. Yeah, that's true. You may be cynical, but your name's not Lindsay. No, it's not.
Today, I met Supreme Leader Khomeini and heard his belief in peace. I regard this highly as a major progress toward this region's peace and stability, said Abe, the first ever Japanese prime minister to hold talks with Khomeini.
I don't know. I'm not buying it.
Advertisement. Abe's on Wednesday. Abe's comment was on Wednesday. Abe's comment was broadcast on Japanese public broadcaster NHK. On Wednesday, Abe warned of unintended clashes in the crisis-hit Middle East after meeting Iranian President Hassan Rouhani. You are currently on it. Abe was visiting Iran to help ease rising tension between the United States and the Islamic Republic. Japan is in a unique position to act as a mediator as the U.S. ally has long maintained close ties with Iran. You are currently...
Japan is a mediator, huh? Who would have thought Japan would be a mediator between the U.S. and some other country?
Reporting by Kiyoshi Takanaka, editing by Robert Bursell.
So that's the end of that story. So Japan's believing Iran's story. And yeah. I just don't think that this is true. I'm pretty sure that they do want to make and use nukes. That's just silly. Oh, and with that, my orientation and mobility instructor is here. And so I will just have to end it here. So I hope you guys really enjoyed the shorter stream today. Sorry about how quick it was. But I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream. It's a great fun doing this for you guys. And please come back tomorrow to watch Friday Guest Day, where the guest will be Prospero058. She and I are going to have some fun. Also, come and check out Minions of the Zoo tonight, 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 Central, because Prospero will be the keeper for tonight. So don't forget to check those things out. I hope everyone has an amazing day. Thank you very much for the donations, everyone, and the likes, the shares, and all of that. You guys are amazing. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one. Stay dry, everybody. Bye.